foodies, welcome back to my channel. Join me in the kitchen today to apply some royal icing on the black cake that I made for Christmas this year. So to make my royal icing today, I'm using 2 pounds of confectionery sugar, or icing sugar as we know it, and I'm not going to be using the raw egg whites. I'm going to be going in with some meringue powder. If you guys have never tried this while making royal icing, give it a try. That rank or eggy smell that sometimes can happen in royal icing, this eliminates everything out of it. If you give it a smell, it actually has like a nice sweet smell, and it's really powdered egg whites with a little bit of a lemon taste inside. I'm not sure how they get it to this stage, but I would recommend using this versus the raw egg whites. Here I have a clean mixing bowl. I'm going to go ahead and pour a little bit of that confectionery sugar, and I'm going to pour about 4 tablespoons of lemon juice. The meringue powder has a lemony taste, but I like to add that extra lemon taste to this. If you don't want your icing sugar to taste too lemony like back in Guyana, you can omit this step or you can just add less. I'm just going in here with a spatula and giving it a little mix so that I can start to combine it, and then I will go in with my hand mixer after. To also add liquid to my royal icing, I'm going to go in with about 4 tablespoons of water. When you're adding liquid to confectionery sugar, you need to go in a little bit at a time because it can get really soft really quick. So here I'm going in with my hand mixer on the lowest speed, taking my time, because if you know anything about confectionery sugar, it can get all over the place really quickly. So I'm going to go in and give my bowl a scrape down to make sure that I have all of that dry sugar to get to mixing into my royal icing. And I'm just going to continue to repeat this step where I add a little bit of my liquid, which is the water, continue to mix with my hand mixer, and then I'll add the remaining of my dry confectionery sugar. Okay, now I have everything in my mixing bowl. I went ahead and continued to whip this for about 10 minutes, and this is what it's looking like. I'll just give it one final scrape down to test it. As you can see, as I pull my spatula over it, it kind of has like a smoothing effect. That's how I know my icing is ready. For my icing, I'm going to be using a white, green, and red theme, and here I'm just separating a little amount for the red first, and then I'm going to do an amount for the green. This is all an average. I'm just estimating how much I'm going to need for the little design that I have in my head to do. So after I section this out, I'm adding my red food coloring. This is the Wilton gel food coloring in the color Christmas red. Can you guys see how pretty that red was? So I'm going to go ahead and mix this until it's fully mixed into my icing, and this is what my red is looking like. One thing to note with icing, as it dries, it gets darker. So if a color looks a little bit light, let it dry a little bit and you'll see the true color. Here I have my green, and this green that I'm going to be using in the same Wilton gel food coloring is in the shade Juniper Green. I was looking for the Christmas green, I couldn't find it, but the Juniper Green worked just as fine. Now that I have all of my icing ready, I'm going to show you guys my black cake. It has been about a week and a half since this black cake has been made, and it's continued to soak inside of the fridge. As you guys can see, there's a slice there. Don't worry about it. It's from my previous video of showing you how I made this cake. I'm going to go in with a generous amount of my white colored royal icing, and I'm just going to put that right on top. Usually you use the almond paste here. I am not going to be using it because I feel like it's not necessary. My icing is going to be very thick at the top. And the thing where sometimes the black cake or the rum from the black cake can seep through to the icing, I can tell you guys that this did not happen with my cake because I went in with a very thick layer of the royal icing at the top. I'm just taking my offset spatula and spreading it out. At the side there, I have a little plate with some water that can help smooth out the icing. If you know anything about smoothing it out, you just add a little bit of water to that spatula, pass your hand very lightly, and it should smooth out as best as it can. Okay, so this is what the top of the royal icing in the white color is looking like. This is good enough for me. I'm gonna go ahead and start piping my design. Here I have my green and my red icing. For my green tip, it's a star tip in the size 6B, I believe. I'm just gonna go ahead and do some droplets. As you can see, I am no professional at this, but I'm winging it at this moment. I'm gonna continue to pipe this all around until I come back to the top where I started. I'm actually going for like a wreath type design around the edge of this cake, and then I'm gonna try to do a Christmas tree, but you guys will see it all come together as I do it. For my red icing, I'm just going in with a little bit of drops on top of the green so that I can add like a little bit of texture and a little different design just to show it up a little bit, because it's not Christmas without red, right? I'm gonna continue here, and this is where I wing a Christmas tree. This is like the widest Christmas tree I've ever seen, but it came out really cute to me. If you guys like it, do drop a comment below and tell me what you think of it. But remember, I am no professional at this. I'm just trying a thing because I wanted to do a little extra fancy black cake this year to share. At this point, I'm almost done. I'm just going in with some finishing touches on the Christmas tree that I would have made in the center, and this is what it's looking like immediately after everything is piped. I'm going to allow this to set for 24 hours because that icing needs to dry. Here is what it's looking like after 24 hours. I'm gonna go ahead and put a slice into this so you can see what it's looking like on the inside. I did do a video previously on what my black cake looks like on the inside, and I did say that I do not like my black cake to be on the darker side, and the flash on the camera is making it look a whole lot lighter than it actually is too. So this is what a slice of the cake is looking like with the icing on top. I think it looks really good. I gave it a taste, and this tastes exactly like the black cake you'd have in Guyana with that little bit of icing on top. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys feel adventurous to do ice a cake for Christmas this year, go ahead. It's not very hard. It's very easy in my opinion. Just do it the best way that you can. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Again, do subscribe and like the video, and I hope you guys have a really enjoyable holiday this year.